Hello, everybody. I'm Slice. Welcome to episode 40 of All the Mods 8. Today, we're going to make Durablast. Let's go ahead and get our ritual out of the way. I decided that I wanted to make things a little bit pretty. So I spent a little bit of time off camera decorating. This entrance has changed quite a bit. I've got some glowstone behind here just to light things up at night. I changed where my door was because I changed the room. This was 9 by 8, and it was driving me a little nuts. So I decided to expand it, but I didn't want to move this again, which meant that I didn't have to move the door again. So I just left it open, and it actually feels kind of nice. It's actually really good to not have it blocked off. Down here, it's just I filled everything in, made it look a little bit better, right? And then up here, this has been running a lot, and I've used it quite a bit too. As you can see, I've got like over 20 blocks in there, and I've actually been using this in this setup over here. So this setup has changed significantly since you saw it last episode. I streamlined it quite a bit. I found a way to only have one crop instead of having two crops with having to trash one of them. So what I've done is below here, we have a melon being grown. And what's happening is with these, we have melon slices being sent to the sawmill, as well as this basin being mixed with the seed oil to create the... I forget what it's called. 1 minute. It is called the biomass. Okay. As you can see here, it's doing it. Right. That's smashing the seeds because this is smashing half of the slices into seeds. Because this can craft the seeds, and then the seeds get automatically put in here because of the mechanical crafter. And this is just happens to be right in line with everything else. Like I didn't have to move anything else to make this work. Right? So I have basically an endless supply of seed oil and biomass. Now the only thing that's different here is the sugar. I don't really have an endless amount of sugar here, so this is a little bit of a manual process. I haven't figured out the best way to do that quite yet, but I'll find a way. And then I'm just storing a bunch of bioethanol, which we're going to use today. Today, we need to work on getting Durablast. No, that's Durablast comes from the Phenolic resin, right? So we're going to have to make a bottling machine. And we're also going to have to make 2 refineries, because in order to make the phenolic resin, we have to combine creosote oil with the Aceldehyde, which comes from the first refinery of combining the bioethanol with a silver plate. I don't have an automated way to do the silver plate just yet, but we'll get there. I'll probably set up like some sort of machine over here to do it, and I can just have like a chest or a storage system with silver in it. But first things first, we need a little bit of power over here. Now, I did do a little bit of testing, and I can technically use the flux networks on the machines. But what I do want to do is actually use Immersive Engineering a little bit just to get... just to get some power generated and to, feed into the mod a little bit. So over here, I did run into an area where some sky was shown, so I opened it up, and I figured I could use this area to make a windmill. Now, I've gone ahead and crafted the windmill. I don't know how tall it needs to be. I don't think height actually matters for this. And now we can place the dynamo. Now, something to note here. This side needs to be facing the part that actually spins. So when you go to set that up, make sure you're doing that. Okay, so now that's generating power. Right now it's a pretty bare windmill, so you can craft these windmill cells. They're pretty cheap. You just need 6 tough fabric, which is 8 industrial hemp and stick. And then you just click the center and it goes faster. So it's generating even more. Okay, so now what you want to do is, if you were just doing immersive engineering, you could use the LV wire connectors to transfer from the kinetic dynamo into like an LV accumulator. But what I'm going to do is slightly different here. We're going to use a plug. And it will input to it. It's only going to do a very small amount. It's only 35 FE per tick. But that's fine because we can use flux points down there to, you know, get better energy. So what we're going to do actually here is something along this line. Actually, I need to do this first. Hold on. Oh, I need the hammer. That's what I need. So these have inputs and outputs, but you need to set them up with the hammer, right? So this is going to be output. That's going to be output. This. So that way I can have these there. So now what we want to do is make... Do I want to do that? You know what? I'm just going to do it just to have it. Actually, I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it on either side. Nope. There we go. And then we can set these up. All right, so now they're filling up. And that's filling up. Cool. So now what we can do is we can actually use these for decoration purposes. Well, not necessarily decoration. I will actually use these for doing this part of it. Because now we can do output. And we can attach these to right there. See? Actually, I should probably do it here. Because this is falling into this, and this will be the main connection. I don't necessarily care too much about taking damage because I'm not going to be that close to it. Okay, so now that we have power set up, I may actually want to... I may have to move that around because I might want to use those for machines over here. It really depends on how I have to lay out the 2 refineries as well as the bottler in order to make this work. Something I do want to do here before I get visitors that I don't really want. Oops, is cap that off. Great. That doesn't look right. I'll fix that later. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna craft a bunch of stuff in order to make the refineries and the bottler. So the refinery, actually I think I have the bottler. Yeah, I have the bottler here. So where does it? Here we go. This kind of shows you how it's built. And this tells you what you need. Now, the part that I'm not seeing here is the part that has the blue on it. So the back, the blue there, and then the blue that just popped up, those aren't on the required materials list. So I'm going to have to figure out what those are. It very well could be a fluid pump, but the fluid pumps actually look like these in the center here. The 5 in the center, which does not look like what's here in the bottling machine. So that might be a little bit of a trick to figure out. It might actually say it somewhere in here. This stuff isn't too expensive to make either. Okay, so we have the light engineering block, which is basically a ton of iron. So I'm going to be crafting a lot of iron plates. A ton of it, because each one of these is 4. Each one of these is 4. So that's 4. And then this is 4 per 1. So that's 20 iron just in that. Luckily, you get 4 of them. I'm going to need a few of them. Same thing with the heavy engineering block. This takes steel and electrum. So luckily it gives you 4 there as well. I do have steel being made by the Mystical Agriculture. So this is actually really easy to get. The redstone, super easy to get. And then we need some iron sheet metal, steel scaffolding, which pretty simple steel. Fluid pipes, decent amount of iron, but luckily you get 8. And then we're going to need some conveyor belts. And then we're going to need to make this metal press, which is done in the workbench. So I'm going to craft that up and bring you back to be able to place everything. We have everything crafted. I did do a quick little upgrade. I realized that there was insulated wires, so I don't have to worry about getting hurt by these things anymore. So that's a positive. So let's take a look at how this thing is built. I'm going to work on the 2 refineries first, just to get them up and running. Come on. Okay, so first layer is... All right. Okay, so we have steel, things, that and that. All right, now the decision time is, do I want it sticking out over here, or do I want to inset it? Like, do I want it... Let's put it there, and if I need to change it, I can change it. The pickaxe is just too fast in here, but if I get the buff, I can do this. Right, now this is where I can use that. Oh, you can climb those, because it's actually scaffolding. Well, that makes sense. All right, and then 1, 2, 1, 2. I think it's this way. I think that's actually going to be there. So I really like immersive engineering. Like if it's one of the first things that you get into, it can be really neat. It can easily be overshadowed though, which is precisely what I've done by going the route of like mechanism and other stuff. But it is a pretty immersive kind of feel to it. It's actually really neat. Okay, this is going to require 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, and that. Okay, and then let's watch it again. All right, so we have redstone there, and then this happens to be another one of these. I think that's done. In order to build it, you need to whack it. Just like that. Now, I think this is the output and these sides are in the input. You can... I think the idea here is that these were meant to be blue indicating input, red indicating output. But here we actually only have one input, and that is this. Because you also need to do items. Now, one thing I don't know how to do is actually insert the item. Oh, actually, I think... No? Is it here? Let's just try that. Is that working? No? Frack it? No? No? It's been a long time since I've used Immersive Engineering pipes. I think I might actually just use pipes. Because I believe that's where that's supposed to plug in. But this up here is indicating blue, and this would be the output. All right, well, let's grab some of this. Okay, that is working. So let's grab some silver. Where is it? Plate? Is it? It's a plate. Silver plate. There we go. Let's just craft a stack. Oh well, my hammer broke. And then we can plot that there. We need energy. So these things are pretty neat in that they require energy. Why can't I place that there? Will this work? No. All right, so this actually needs to be relays, I think. So this isn't going to work. All right, let's craft some relays. Actually, I need that there. Come back. All right, so if we plop that there... Actually, can I do that? One of the connection points is invalid. No. Okay. I don't know why that worked, but all right. Okay, so that's not going to work. So let's move this. Let's move it back one. Did I have that there? I think I did. Connect, and then we should be able to connect that now. All right, cool. That has, and it's doing a thing. It's doing a thing. This is now making acetaldehyde. I feel like I'm totally butchering that. So let me know now down below if if that's accurate or if I'm just terrible at reading, because I am. So output wise, oh, actually, hold on. Before we worry about output, I forgot the levers, because you can actually turn these off. So let's grab 3 of them, because we'll need some for the future. Right, and now we can turn it off. Does it not consume the silver plate? That is interesting. I don't think it consumes the silver plate. Okay, well, that is going to be the second of, or sorry, the left side of this crafting recipe. Creosote is going to have to be like an exchange program here. Create, actually, hold on, let's just do this now. Might need another tank. Yeah, that already put a decent amount into it. But I don't think so. We'll see. All right, so if this is considered the output, we'll just... Let me think real quick how I want this laid out, and I'll pop right back. I realized I forgot to explain a crucial part to this setup. This blaze down here is being set up by a modular router using activator, and it's looking below. Because what was happening was it was looking here, and then it was placing up here when it couldn't place into the blaze burner. So instead, what I did was I forced it to look down, and then it looks up here, and then it looks up here and realizes that it can't actually place it. Okay. And this is just being fed by a bonsai hopper with this. And it can use the sapling, it can use the stick, and it uses the logs to feed the burner. It doesn't need to be on all the time, so it works out just fine. So now, back to the actual scheduled thing. I've decided that we're going to actually move... we're going to have this one here, which is one step further back than this. So that's going to eventually bother me. I will move that backwards one, but that after I've cleared all of the material that's in there, because I don't really want to waste it. So here what we're going to do is we're going to run piping underneath the ground. And it's going to come up right there. And then we can build our second refinery. We got the redstone, that's going to go there. Got the heavy, which is going to go there. All right, okay. And scaffolding. Fly? Why can't I fly? Engineering blocks, or sorry, the iron sheet metals. And then the light engineering block. 1, 2. And then we hammer. Yeah, you have to hammer the heavy bit. So now this will be able to be put into there. I just have to turn that to actually extract. Then here we're gonna have this coming out here, and it'll go over probably all the way over here, to be honest with you. Oh. All right then. Okay, and then I'll fix that hole in a little bit. I'm just setting that as a marker so that way we have it. This will get the creosote oil, which I can just plop down there. And then, oh, okay, I have to actually reverse that. I forgot that it's one below. Right, so we can do that, and then we wrench that, and it'll pour into there. Need a lever. Now this should... Oh wait, I need power first. So relay and the connectors. That. There. Then a connector. Wait, how does that block? That shouldn't block. That doesn't block. What? Oh, I know why. Shoot. It's because I moved the block back just slightly. No, I don't think... I think this is going to clip. Right, because we tried this before. So, am I going to have to really do this? Hey, it is what it is, right? That's... Oh, that's because that's not connected. Now that's connected. Okay, so that should be good to go. Turn that on. And we can turn that on. We can switch that. And we can switch that. Now we should be able to get... Is this not on? Ah, there we go. All right, so we got the phenolic resin. All right, so I'm going to fill this in and then find out the best spot to put the bottler. And I'll bring you back for the build. All right, I think I have a rough idea of where I want it. So now we just got to build it, hopefully build it, and see how it pans out. I don't know if I have that tank because this question mark doesn't say anything about there being a tank. So we're just going to do what I have and investigate in a moment. All right, and then conveyors. Let's see here. I think I want it facing that way. So that way the finished item will land here. I think. That's what I'm rolling with. Do that. And then what else? In this corner is... I think that's a light. Okay, and then we can... do that. Okay, so yeah, that is another light. And this is that. See, now I'm wondering here if this is meant to be there. Where's my hammer? That did not work. Okay, so immerse tank. Blue. It's time to investigate what we're missing. Oh, wait. Wait. Does that say fluid pump? It does say fluid pump. I did not make a fluid pump. I made fluid pipes for that. Pump. Hey, that's not too bad. It's actually pretty cheap. Okay, break that, and then we can place that. See, I think the fluid has to go in on top of that. I think. Or not. All right, let's try to get this thing operational. I keep missing my hammer. What happened to my hammer? Did I put it in here? No. Oh, it's in my third slot. Oh. That's input. That's output. Okay, I think I know what I need to do here. So a little caution here. In order to make this metal press mold, you don't just need engineers' wire cutters and 3 steel plates. You also need to make sure that you make the correct blueprint. This one is, in specific, is metal press mold. Right? It has a different recipe than something like this blueprint. That's crafting components. This is metal press mold. Okay, so now with that, we can craft the mold. Don't actually know how to use that, so we'll figure that out in a second. Can I... Oh. Okay, the book says to form it, right-click the center conveyor with an engineer's hammer. Do I have to actually have those facing in that direction, perhaps, in order for this to form correctly? Yep. Ah, that's kind of a bummer, actually. That is a little bit of a bummer. Understandable, though. So, where do I put... Where do I put this? Not actually sure where I put it. Does it say in the book? Does not. At least not in that entry. Do I... I'm sitting here spamming right click in case it goes somewhere. I'm not seeing it though. But the input for this seems like it moved. So let's actually put that there. We can fill this in. Okay, so now we can get that over here. I do need power. Okay, so we're gonna have to just place that there. We're gonna have to turn this to an output, and then we can run some relays. That's not gonna work. Oh, we can actually do a straight shot at over here. Nice. So that should work. Okay, it has energy. Does it have fluid, though? It's not accepting that. This is interesting. It doesn't seem to be working as though I'm missing something. I am absolutely missing something. Yeah. Derp. Didn't connect it. Oop. This doesn't have like a fluid interface, but it has a visual. Can I put this on here now? No. Where does this go? Okay, well, we've made the Durablast sheet. So that's gonna have to be slightly automated, which is totally fine. I can do. I don't have an idea of how I want to do that quite yet. But we now have Durablast, which means we can eventually get to crafting the advanced electronic components, which we need to make the Tesla coil that goes into the Nexium emitter for the ATM star. So now I'm going to have to think up of a nifty and fun idea how to incorporate that. That is going to be for another episode, though. We're going to leave it here. We're going to leave it here. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a like on the video and sharing with your friends. Don't forget to click that subscribe button to stay up to date for future videos. And to stay up to date elsewhere, check the links below so that you can follow on your preferred platform. There's a Discord that you can join if you'd like to interact with the community a bit more. Please drop that comment. Let me know what you think. And thanks for chilling.